cute.
I do look cute. I am a cute guy, though.
Why do you have my jersey on? How'd you get my jersey? I don't think I've ever seen that before.
You wore number 44?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a for real jersey.
No, this is probably his jersey.
This probably is my jersey. I'm not kidding.
Take it.
Why does it look like fresh out of the box?
Because he left.
No, he's got
He
no,
left.
He's got a collection of jerseys. How many jerseys do you have collected?
Like 500 something?
Yeah.
He ain't got no more jerseys. His jersey got burnt up by his last baby mama.
Your last baby mama
He ain't got
burnt
no
up
more
your jerseys.
He ain't
Look
got
at his
shit at
face.
the house.
No, I don't mean to nitpick. No.
Give her that.
I wasn't paying
He ain't
attention.
got
No, I
nothing
wasn't
at
paying
that
attention with
moment.
it. He got a black hair. You just got to pop that. Just.
Oh, yeah, I just shaved my face.
Yeah,
'cause,
just hand that. I
Gil,
don't want to squirt on you.
welcome to Road Trippin'. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you. I
Would you like some
appreciate
wine? We drink wine on this podcast.
What type of shoes you got on?
You don't want
You
any
got a
wine?
joke.
I'm Malibu cranberry pineapple type of guy.
Well-
I haven't graduated to wine yet.
Malibu pineapple.
I haven't graduated to wine yet. I'm not
Funny
that
story,
developed.
Gil was the first person to get me drunk when I was of age.
You were not.
You was not of age.
What's that?
He was
of
age. Why would you lie?
Well, it's part of the story.
You didn't want to brush your hair, but you knew he was going to be on TV, right?
What?
But all y'all about to say that.
No, I was doing the Kevin Durant.
You doing the Kevin Durant?
Just natural, baby. Just
looks
that
like-
comes how I wake up.
All y'all look like that.
His hair
No.
like a carpet
How'd you
you
get
might
him?
find in a trap house.
Oh,
How'd you get him?
We got him because of
me.
you.
You need me. That's what it is. You need me, baby.
You trying to piggyback off my stardom.
He needs me.
He's trying to. You heard my name and decided to come on over.
And I really look good,
can't
though.
shake
Look at
this
that camera. Look at me
Okay.
and you compare our faces.
Yeah, I'm dying, man. I'm starting to sweat. I'm laughing so hard.
Can you
We
guys?
is like Will Smith and
They
Marlon.
may know, and some people might know, but I don't know the relationship of you two.
He ruined my life. That's all it is. That's all it is. And he owed me for this.
Can you break down this
He
friendship?
So
ruined
he
my
was,
life. Tell me.
when you're in the NBA, when you're a star player, you pick rookies.
Oh.
And he was my rookie.
In Washington.
And
in Washington,
he's
D.C.
never maximized his ability
I
ever
couldn't.
since then.
I couldn't.
Can we
That
roll
was
the
our
tape?
thing.
No,
Let's stop.
no, not in the locker.
What is this?
Them Tigers, they to get the house
Hey.
Tell me, do this count, though?
Yeah,
Right
does
here.
it?
Yeah.
Please, let us know.
Tell me, do the mines count? He said this don't count.
What don't count?
This last shot right here.
Let me
'Cause he
see.
just made it.
Does that
Oh,
count?
no, that didn't count.
Oh,
That
come
don't
on.
count.
That counts.
That don't count. What?
That's-
What? How many times? Oh, you didn't dunk. But like you would dunk the ball and it would pop out the back of the rim. That don't
Don't
count.
count.
Don't
Thank
count.
you.
I did
Appreciate
dunk.
it.
I had super bounce. I had more bounce than you. Don't disrespect me like that. Ooh. I actually did that count. We didn't have to get to it.
You have more bounce than me?
No.
Do you have more swag than Richard?
I got the highest
yeah.
vert.
Yeah. You got the what?
Highest vert.
No.
Tell him. He be
listen,
talking all the
listen.
time.
When he kept saying he had the highest vert in NBA history,
Yeah.
I'm going off of steps, right? So he has a high 30, was it 38?
39.5.
Yeah, 39.5 is his vertical jump.
Yeah.
Standard.
His max jump is 40.
So like standing is 39, running is 40. That's trash.
I still got the highest in the stand.
Trash.
Still got the highest.
Me neither.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was my rookie, and I just made him do all the things I didn't want to do as a veteran. You know.
No, man.
Did he obey?
No.
No,
There were
no.
penalties if he didn't obey.
He got penalties. That was one of them.
Yeah, that's
You shot him.
He only obeyed when there was
All right,
women
one time
involved.
I did. Oh, it's only one
Women
time.
involved?
Yeah,
Only
like
one
I'm
time.
going to the strip club. You want to go? Yeah, I want to go. I'm gonna drive you. That
Stop,
was
bro.
those.
Stop,
that was
stop.
those things. Like he only did that if I said, "Yo, can
Come
you
on,
go
man.
get this? Can you go to the store and buy me something?" He'd go to the store, buy me what I want,
what
but then he'd charge
He
$3 or
asked
$4
for
more
me to get him
$1,000 on my.
iPhone.
You know,
$4,000 more dollars?
He asked me to get him my iPhone. I said, I need one too. So I bought me an iPhone, laptop.
Did you really?
Hell yeah, bro. He gave me the car. I'm like,
That's ballsy.
Yeah, ask him what happened after that.
He took my keys and like we was on the road when I did it.
What happened to the car?
He took my keys and somehow shipped them back to the house. But like when we land, I couldn't get in my car so he could beat me to my house. So once I got home, he had like paintball guns. He took the wheels off my tires. All kind. It was crazy.
Sometimes you just got to pay.
Did you have to give the computer back?
No, hell no.
Oh, you just had to
You
fix
took
it.
the
I think it
wheels
was-
off his car?
The wheels off my car and rolled them into film like that. Like,
Rolled him into film?
Have a field day, you know.
like that's what I'm like. Why didn't they do nothing? They could have saved me.
Listen, I would have been
He could have
terrified.
saved me.
Can't save nobody from Gilbert. Can't save nobody from Gilbert. They're just like, hey, you gotta learn your lesson.
And the only time I was a chauffeur, I was all kind of stuff, man. He paid me though.
He was the worst. I mean, he wasn't your ideal rookie as a vet because you know it was hard.
Did there
had to
was there
work at
anything
it.
that he helped you with basketball?
That's what I say he ruined my life. I told him, but I say he ruined my life. He ruined my life.
Okay, it's just like any young guy. You come in sometimes on a veteran's bad year. I'm injured, you know, so it's more party mode than work ethic at that point. So he
didn't
gets
need to
the
see
bad
that.
part of who I
a good
was.
student.
I got you.
in
You know, it
college.
wasn't like he came in.
Did you
and-
guys know each other prior to that?
Nah.
I never heard
I just
of
knew he was
You
like
never
this.
heard?
Are you
never
from
heard
the
of him.
same area?
it. Yeah, but I'm more of a star over there. Yeah.
You're Valley boys, right?
I'm a Valley boy. He was one of those LA dudes who couldn't like play basketball in his neighborhood, so they had to ship him to the nice neighborhood so he can function.
Gilbert just lived in a nice neighborhood.
I just lived in a nice neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yeah. You know, so he was one of those transfers into the nice suburb
Yeah.
type of school. So
Clarence.
I was the king.
Come from a real
I
nice
was
I was the
the
king. I'm the king.
I was the
I'm
king.
the king.
And then Jordan
I'm
Farmar.
the king.
Jordan Farmar was second, and then you got your
Man,
third.
come on, man. Everybody
Yeah,
knows
Farmer,
who's the
yeah.
king.
So we were the two Valley guys. He
You
was
know
an
who's
LA
the
guy
king.
played in the Valley.
No,
so
I was
he's
a Valley
like,
guy.
He's like,
I'm a Valley guy.
And he also,
He's like Barry Bonds
Yeah, like so
is-
Jordan Farmer's from up there, then played at UCLA, went to the Final Four, then played with the Lakers. So yeah,
Right.
he was Lonzo Ball before Lonzo
yeah,
Ball.
he was a Valley kid. You know, he wasn't necessarily.
I'm the
Valley.
king now.
And then you got the Drew
Where
Holiday
are you
boys.
from originally?
West LA.
What's up?
That's
What-
South
like,
Central. South Central.
What high school are you supposed to go to?
My high school I went to in the Valley.
See, he was getting beat. I told you, he was getting beat up. He was one of those. He was
You was
getting
the
beat
Fresh
up in his little
Prince- he was
neighborhood.
the Fresh
and he
Prince of
moved
Bel
it.
Air?
That's what happened. Nah, I wasn't. I got kicked out because I wasn't like going to school, and then like my fat friend was playing basketball, and like some dude AAU coach seen them, and like, oh man, you hoop? Do you got friends? And he brought me to a practice, and then like I got like a second chance in life to better myself, and then I came to the Wizards, and then all that.
Well, so I just all the things, the trouble in school, I can see how it was easy for you to get into USC.
No. And y'all went to Arizona.
Yeah.
With a
Yes.
guy that said he's 16 when he really 30.
Gil, Nick said that Arizona was like a JUCO.
What?
How do you feel about that?
He said it was like a JUCO, like it
Like
wasn't a real
JUCO.
school.
Like it wasn't a real school.
We said it was a
Arizona.
basketball school. It was like, yeah, it was like spring break JUCO.
I mean, sunny.
It's always sunny. It's baking
Ladies
sunny.
always in bathing
You
suits.
was about
I
to
mean,
say, you was about to say the D word.
No, I wasn't. I'm just bathing suits all the time. I mean, it was lovely.
Yeah.
But y'all don't care about bathing suits.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Our school wasn't in the middle of the hood. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can
don't
actually
care.
walk across the street.
Oh, you can't. It's hot. It's a
We
desert
can
in
walk
Arizona.
across the street and like love life.
We're there in the winter.
didn't have to-
We're there in the
We
winter.
can love life. We didn't have to worry about going off campus and getting robbed.
Who had to work? Let me change my shorts.
Look at these shorts and shit.
We're gonna counter.
So we was cool, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, but where you get your shoes
Hey,
made at?
was USC good when we played?
No.
Yes.
No, they had Brian Scalabrine.
Scalabrine.
They got
Who
Trippin.
had
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Clancy.
Sam Clancy.
good.
They were
Clancy
good.
was
Desmond
They were
Former.
good.
Bradshaw was
David Blumenthal, and Brandon Granville.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
y'all
good.
I mean, y'all still got smacked,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that was
yeah,
nice. That was
detail.
nice. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got smacked.
Yeah, I got smacked. But y'all, it was nice.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
This guy is your rookie. Like, does this make you proud? Like how you've seen him develop?
I can't help it if I look good.
Jesus.
I just have that aura. Like when you see me, you be like, oh, okay,
Okay, so
I
if
get
this
it.
guy is your rookie, like, does this make you proud? like how you've seen him develop?
Hell no, I'm not proud of him. My vet.
Yeah. I failed him. I did. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It came out.
Let me show you the difference.
I just couldn't drive the boat.
I was very
That's all.
fortunate.
You just still supposed to give me the keys to the boat.
I had Jason Kidd as a vet. You had Gilbert Arenas as a vet. Oh, man. Channing, who'd you have as a vet?
Malik Rose.
That's a good vet.
That's really
That's
good.
nice, sensitive. Yeah.
He had 2 Maybachs and for no reason. I'm telling you, he had 2 Maybachs.
That's what I said. You caught me at the wrong time.
He had 2
You know, if you'd have
Maybachs.
got
I
me
think
before
I
I
had
got injured, then he would have been a better
He
player.
had 2 Maybachs and 2 Ferraris. Like just cause he was trying to on Deshaun Stevenson.
That's what the rich.
Deshaun
That's what the
Stevenson-
richer players
No,
do.
Deshaun
You
pulled
know, you
up
had
in
your
a-
Charger. That was cool. That was cool for your
I had a
contract.
challenger.
You had a challenger? It was a challenger.
First year it came out. It was hot though. It was hot then.
Sure.
But I wasn't competing with you. Why are you competing with me?
I wasn't competing. I'm just
That's
saying,
what I'm
like,
saying.
Well, that's the problem with the NBA. It's competitive on and off.
I wasn't
you
competing. I had it before you
was
got
competing
there.
with Deshaun.
I wasn't competing with nobody. I had my money, and then.
All right, the story is Deshaun pulled up in the Maybach. I guess he was talking, so Gil went out and bought 2 Maybachs. That's all I'm trying to get to. I don't know why he always
Should never giving y'all money.
He pulled up, and then Deshaun had a Ferrari, so he went and bought 2 Ferraris. So he had 2 Ferraris and 2 Maybachs for no reason.
Were you good in your challenger? Had a challenger look.
Why you always talking about my challenger? It's hot. They had a Hellcat.
He had a burgundy challenger.
Burgundy color. Cloth seats.
It was matte red.
Matt Red.
Matt wasn't even out there.
You got a pencil on your shoes.
Why you talking about
You got a pencil on your shoes.
But this is what
on, bro.
what happened.
You
It's
got a
this.
pencil on your shoe and you
A
still
guy
wear
who gets in
baggy
trouble
shorts.
for cheating all the time because what I did with him when he was younger. This is it. I gotta accept this right here.
No,
This is
no,
like if you know your
I've been
child
cheating.
is going to jail
I've
at some
been
point in
cheating.
life,
Yeah.
you don't need college money. Bail money is it. That's what this is. This is bail money right here. You know?
That's why he owed me everything.
What's the age difference between the two of you?
He about 740 now. He just
37, 35. You know, back then, those type of players was coming in at 24, 25, the Felipe Lopez the Felipe Lopez the Felipe Lopez is coming in. Spent 4 years in college. Wait, did you spend 4 years in college?
3.
Oh.
3. Yeah, 3.
Channing spent 4 years. Look at Channing. Look at Channing.
Slow
Channing, this is
develop.
the most
Slow
quiet
develop.
I've ever heard.
Dude, I can't stop laughing. Like, I'm gonna start to sweat.
That's because that jean jacket you got on.
I know, but I'm already sweaty, so I gotta put the
Look
jacket
at this
on.
whole Bob. He
you
got like
still
a whole
playing?
denim outfit
No, I'm
on.
done this year. I'm not playing. I'm there.
How is that up there, though?
It's actually tight.
It is?
Yeah, it's actually tight. Like,
Damn
everyone cool.
liar.
You just trying to say that? You trying to get a job there? I don't think nobody want to coach there in Cleveland. You shouldn't even.
Look at Allie. Look at Allie.
You should just tell the
Now, mind,
truth.
she's from Ohio, so you gotta
You
be
should
careful.
just tell the truth. Like,
I'm
it
not
ain't
gonna
like
lie,
you
the
trying to
locker
come
room,
back.
I've been on teams with bad records, and this is probably the best locker room with a team with bad records. Like, dudes really like each other.
They're
We had-
nice.
They're nice.
I'm
So
sure.
many injuries. Kevin missed 50 games. Tristan missed 30 games.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
All right, okay, we'll give you another 3
This
wins.
ain't Sports Center.
Okay, so what's
Hey, that'll
your,
be 22. We be all right. That's almost an A spot.
so you retired at one point. You're retired, Richard.
Damn right.
Swaggy, are you retired?
It depends.
I'm being honest. Are you retired? Are you gonna try and
I don't know. Maybe.
maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you that are officially retired, do you have advice for Channing?
Nigga, Gil been retired. He retired.
I have no idea
Retired?
what you
Don't be
just
laughing.
said.
We
You
said
been
retired, then we still got confused.
I cannot hear
How you
you.
gonna be
Eat right
How you gonna laugh and you been retired?
No, I said they said it.
Why
Retired,
you just laugh at me?
retired. Where do you? And you you're still confused. Like, okay, this is where he's at, where he's retired. He just don't know it yet. That's exactly.
I not know it?
He
You
don't
couldn't
know.
wait to get to-
He doesn't.
Like you was.
No, I
Like
knew
when
I
they
was.
kicked your ass out.
I had-
Come on, let's talk. Let's keep talking.
I had
Come on, let's keep talking.
I had $66 million, so there was no reason for me to get up off the couch.
They wouldn't let you
There was no point to go. I
You
want
could
a
get back
job.
in.
Like, you just listen. He's done. All right, we just done. He can go. We're gonna
I
be in
think
movies.
this is a part of your job, though.
We're gonna be in movies next year. We're gonna do all that good stuff.
To make
yeah.
sure that he understands that.
Yeah, we're gonna be basketball.
No, I don't want no more
We're gonna
knowledge
be
from
reality shows, the family life, cooking and baking and stuff. That's
Cooking and baking.
This is where he's at.
I'm in that
For
life.
Channing,
I am
listen.
in that life.
Yeah.
Play as long as possible. You don't want this after. Trust me. This
It
boring.
depends. It depends.
Boring.
It depends.
What
Like, how are you
depends?
dealing with it?
Oh, I'm having
Richard?
a good time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I like it. Yeah, I'm about-
No, you're cause I flew in from New York today and I gotta fly back to New York to
You
work.
didn't have nothing else to do after. Nobody
New
likes
York,
you.
Sam, I'm just doing.
Like,
I'm
he got
working.
a job.
I sat on my
got stuff
couch
to do in
making
life.
$66 million.
Yes, you
You're
did.
sitting on your
you
couch.
stole
nothing.
that much money without a
Whoa.
mask. It was amazing.
Whoa.
It was
You
amazing.
stole it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That can't happen if I just outsmarted everyone.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I outsmarted everyone.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
Ask him what he do in his life. For 2 hours, he'll go sit somewhere just to sit somewhere to look at the sun like this.
I mean, my first year was hard, in a sense.
This year's hard for you still.
Because I just try to, it's like that,
You ever seen somebody
between
that can't
11
cope
and
with
1,
life?
I didn't know what to do.
You ever seen somebody that
didn't know
can't
what to
cope
do.
with life, is trying to find his way on Instagram, was talking to everybody? Hey, you seen that? You seen this? That's this. He can't cope with life. He don't know what to do. Ask him what he do in his life. For 2 hours, he'll go sit somewhere just to sit somewhere to look at the sun like this. Baby, where you been at? I was just sitting in the sun.
Chilling.
I was sitting in the sun.
Chilling.
No, what you do from, tell me your first year. Explain your first year to me like you did me. Who does this? I'm telling
talk to
the
us, Gil.
world,
Talk to us,
please
Gil.
tell
You know how
me.
you practice? We practice from like 10 to 1, whatever.
Yeah.
And then 7 to, we got games.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do in that time. So I get on the freeway, drive, get all the way downtown in traffic, drive all the way back, waste those 3 hours.
He wanna sit
Now I
in
can go
traffic.
take my nap.
Who, if this ain't a crazy tell you, name somebody crazier than somebody that want to sit in traffic for 2 hours. It's
Because
like, baby,
I didn't play golf, so I'm trying to figure out how do I
you
waste
don't
3
need
hours
to play
that I was
golf
used to wasting.
do something else in life.
That's
That
crazy.
makes sense.
It was
though.
different. It was
That
just,
does not make sense.
This is Arizona.
what did you do from 11 to 1?
What do you
This
mean?
is Arizona.
What do you do from 11 to 1?
Like on a
Right now.
Like, well, I work.
Oh, see,
Thank
so you
you.
don't have to worry about that.
But
You're busy.
no. Like during the summer, like I go work out. Like I work out from 9 to
Yeah,
like
you
12.
yes.
I'll go yoga.
You try to figure
out
yeah,
something.
you try to figure out how to.
Yeah, I just gotta get out the
Yeah, so
house.
what's wrong with his being sitting in the car in traffic?
Because that's
Who
a
does
borderline.
that? Who want
No
to
one
sit
does
in
that.
traffic?
it's not-
I'm not going to the gym to
You
work
don't
out.
listen to music.
You don't
You
listen
don't
to
do
music?
nothing but just sit in traffic
you
and look
listen
at the
to
time.
Just
Crazy.
wasting 3
Just
hours.
go to
baby.
jail, do something. Do
Just
something.
wasting
do
3
something.
hours, baby.
Come home, baby. What you do? I was sitting in traffic.
Traffic. Shit in traffic, baby.
Tell them about the other thing you did. You went to Starbucks. You don't like the donuts, so you drove all the way to somewhere else just to
I was just wasting.
Yeah.
I was
How
just
long
trying to
did you
waste
do
time.
this? How long did you do this?
till you got a podcast. And that is this year. This did that for 6 years. He did
6
this-
years you did?
Yes,
I
he been
listened
doing
to your
that for
guys'
6
podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a good podcast. No chill,
Yeah,
Gil.
until I got
You
a
guys,
podcast.
you think
I was
I'm on your
just- I was
podcast?
basically-
See, I just did
doing
it 2 times to help him out because that's the type of friend I am.
That's literally how you guys started the show.
I like how he's attacking me, and it's because of his failed basketball career.
No, you trying to bring me up? I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying.
You trying
okay.
to act like I ain't got, like I'm not Swaggy P.
Was
like
there ever a
you the
time-
only person, like you act like you the only person that can't do nothing after basketball. Like basketball is your life. You get it. You sit in traffic after basketball.
How excited are you to do the big 3?
That's all you got to look forward to.
That's cool. Wait, the what? Because I got a whole bunch of texts, man. Make me as a captain. Make me. I want to get out of the house.
I said I'll play with you.
I don't want you. So look, I'm
You
saying.
want to show the ticket? You wanna show-
So I don't want him. Because I already got the reports from Denver. I got the reports from Denver. Yeah, I got the reports. He was lazy, came in fat, out of shape. They sent his home.
Is that what happened?
Sent his
Look,
home.
I'm gonna let him win.
how was Mike
I'm gonna let him
Malone?
win because I hurt his feelings about traffic. I'm sorry.
You hurt your feelings.
What happened?
You're not supposed to tell.
Who was,
I'm
he said,
sorry.
who was what?
I'm
So,
sorry.
Gil, I just want to know, honestly, so you haven't played in a while, right? So you're going to go in the big 3. Is it going to be difficult being kind of like middle of the pack?
Come again?
is going to be difficult being like middle of the pack, like just being one of the guys. Like, you know, obviously you won't be the best player there, right? You'll be like in the top like 20, top 30.
Whoa. Whoa.
Nigga might not even play.
Wait.
You did.
So Channing, you know what I mean?
wait.
Like who? Like
My dog, really? That's what
Like
I'm talking about, really.
who is considered the best player
In the big three.
in the big three?
Kendrick Perkins is up there.
See?
Like
Rashad
Rashad
Lewis, Rashad McCants,
40.
Rashad McCants.
Was horrible last year. Okay, next.
No, they won. I mean, what?
But I'm saying you got
Cat.
nothing.
50.
You got. But I'm
48.
saying you've never done it
I
though.
know,
So like it's
yeah,
new rules.
yeah.
Like you're a little bit older. You got a bad.
I'm
wheel.
still younger than him.
But you,
I was a one-on-one
But your
player. That's my
knees
game.
like
Yeah.
75. That's the only thing. Your knees, both
Didn't
of
he
them.
lose in a game of one-on-one to him too?
He always lose. He been
I
losing
just came off the flu.
What happened? What happened? Come on, man.
I just came off the flu, lost 13 pounds, and said, you know what, I
That's
need to
the
sweat it
same
out.
guy
And then he
was
wanted
on
to play.
Instagram every day. Get your 1,000 shots
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna be playing in the big three like I'm getting 100 million. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
He called me
Listen,
out. I didn't call you out.
Instagram is for just and giggles, okay? Listen, I didn't think he was gonna answer the phone. I was just gonna talk, and then he was around the corner, so he kind of called my bluff. And I couldn't leave.
Was he just driving in traffic?
Can we be friends, man?
I don't know. I was like, yeah, just come to the gym. I got some for you. He's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. So by the time I got out of the
we
gym
be
and in my
friends?
car, he was pulling up, and it was kind of like,
He was mad. He was like, you thirsty?
That's
You
what-
thirsty?
like, damn, you thirsty to get this win?
Yes, I wanted to get out the house.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
both
you guys
houses
played
on
that
one.
win.
Huh?
Just recently, right? You guys just
Yeah.
played recently?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how
There's
were
no
how
match,
were
though.
you based off of Richard's question? Are you going
Nice. I was all right.
All right, because I went from nice.
I was all right. I was decent.
He was decent.
Yeah.
Can I
I was-
play?
Okay.
to how many
That's right.
points are you gonna score
Can I play with you though,
in the
man?
big three? They played a what? 50?
50.
Can I play with
Half
you in the
court.
big three?
And there's 4
How
points,
many of
right?
the 50 points?
Can I play with you in the big three? My manager right there. Can I play with you in the big three? Can I play with you? I'll play. If you,
Like manager.
if you tell me to
hold on,
play,
hold
I'll
on,
play.
Hold on.
if you tell me right now to play,
I
I'll
don't even
play.
have a manager.
You
What
don't
does your
need one.
manager manage?
You
don't got
don't. You
nothing.
just said you sit in
You have
traffic.
nothing.
You just said
You
sit
got
in
here because of my name. He didn't book this for you.
Oh man, come on,
God,
man.
damn, boy, I
You know,
should be your
fixing my
manager.
pants. I'm fixing my pants.
Shorts, dog. You just. Can we get him
I'll
a
average
towel?
about-
Can we get him a towel?
It depends.
To cover, put over his lap.
I'll score 20
A game.
easily. If it was make it take it, then I'll be in the 30-something because I ain't got to get a ball to nobody. But the fact that I can score and then they get the ball and then
Look.
if they miss, one of my teammates get the
gonna
ball,
come. He-
kind of like up the
Only
whole
thing
little
is-
ball hogging
look,
thing, you
he
know.
good.
It's like when he got the
gonna be
rebound
coaching.
and he brung it like
He gonna
full
be
court. It was
coaching.
like,
He's gonna be
how
coaching,
do we
dog.
get the ball out of Richard's hand?
Oh, I have a 3-dribble limit.
Hey,
It was
I
like,
know.
understand, it was like 1, 2,
Jump.
3.
you say jump?
Everybody needs to know that I'm looking to pass
Yeah.
the ball. Because at the end of the day, I just want to get off of it so I can get it back.
I
go
loved
finish,
my
go
team.
dunk.
Oh, it was amazing. Like, you know, he didn't want to dribble. Luke wanted to pass. Jason Gardner was small and he wanted to pass. And then Michael Wright, if I stayed on the right side, he couldn't get the ball. And so I had a nice little plan out where I can just shoot the ball all the time.
All right.
Gil, I'm not saying you weren't nice, but
Okay,
I
we're
can't
gonna
put
try
you-
this. We're gonna try
I
this.
can't put you on a
Did
bucket.
you think I was gonna average? You think I was gonna lead our team in scoring when I first got there?
No.
But wait.
Hell no.
After
Hell
2 weeks of the open run, yes. After 2 weeks of the open run, yes, I did. I was
I
like,
watched
oh.
a practice, and I said, and Coach O said, Gilbert, stop driving baseline. And so Gilbert proceeded every single time to drive baseline, even if somebody was trying to stop it. He would throw the ball in between somebody's legs, run out of bounds, still get the ball, and dribble it all the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was doing
Were
stuff
you like
that
the
it was
coach's
hilarious.
nightmare or coach's
Nightmare.
dream?
Yes.
Nightmare.
Yeah, Gilbert,
Dream or
don't
an
lie.
Yeah.
Okay, in the sense, but I worked hard, so they had to look past that. You know, it's like, it's not like I talked back. I just did what I was gonna do.
No, that's not true. Gilbert was the most sensitive guy of all time.
What? For sure.
Thank you. This is what happened. No
Boy,
BS. This is Gilbert. This is
his
Gilbert.
could've get hurt so bad.
quick. Gilbert, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So Gilbert would do this, right?
Or-
So like this is the hoop facing this direction. Gilbert would sit on the backstop like this and just pout like this. He would sit like this in practice.
that's so
And coach
sensitive.
was like, Gilbert, are you just gonna sit over there and pout? We would have to like go Gilbert, like, Gil, it's okay, man, come on. I kid you not, multiple times in practice, and they just knew he was such an immature clown that he would go and sit on a backstop and face the other direction. He did this one time before the Final Four.
Listen,
Hey.
I have a problem with like I don't know how to express anger, so I just shut down. That's my thing.
Dog,
If I don't like what you're saying, it just.
We were shooting free throws. We were shooting free throws, right before the Final Four, and we had to make a certain amount or whatever. We were literally the next day we were about to leave, and Gilbert missed like a couple free throws. He's like, I'm so freaking mad, blah, blah, blah. Punt this ball. I was like, you won't do it. This dude grabs the ball and punts it to the middle. Now, mind you, there's only like 18 people in the entire arena because it's a closed practice. This dude punts it, and coach sees it. He's like, Gilbert, what are you doing? And he's like, go get that ball. And it's like, this is right before the Final Four.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
And Gilbert's like, yo, Rich, how's it going over there? You playing well. What you making, 1.8? I'm making 11 million this year. This is what he's saying to me during warm-ups. Gil, that's what messed you up in the draft.
Mentally.
Not you acting like an at the draft.
Right.
Wait,
draft.
is that a true story?
Wait, what
That
happened?
you told out?
I want to be an international pimp.
Yeah.
You want to what?
It was like, what do you want to be?
No. Let me tell this story because and then
Oh,
I'll let
come
Gilbert.
on. I never thought that
so
was
we're
real.
sitting
Y'all,
there.
he
We're sitting
ruined
there.
my life.
Rookie transition. All of the rookies. All of the NBA PA, like all of the NBA people. So they're going around passing the mic, right? And as soon as like Jason Collins got it, he started laughing and made everyone else laugh because they were making fun of him. Then they go, well, how about you? So they hand him a mic and they're like, so what do you want to accomplish in this league? And then Gilbert goes, I want to be a pimp. And the guy was like, wait, excuse me? And then and gave him a second chance. It was like, everyone's kind of laughing, giggling. He's like, I want to be an international pimp. And then the guy lights into him. If you're talking about being a misogynistic, if you're talking about objectifying women, this ain't the league for you, and goes off on Gil thinking like it'll have some sort of impact on him.
So what was the impact?
The impact was like we all kind of laughed and then we all got yelled at for laughing at him. Right?
Like I was just
What did
playing.
you say?
I was just playing, and then he asked again. So I had to double down. That's just like, okay, pimp. The only thing that's better than pimp is international. I had to double down, like I'm in front of my peers. There's competition right here. I
This
couldn't
is
back
what
down
he
from
said
him.
in front of the entire NBA. Then on top of it, right? So we have a treadmill test, right? We have a treadmill test, and so I'm right next to Gil. So we have a treadmill test. Everyone's trying to do this the treadmill run and all the bench presses. Gilbert gets up there like a true LA kid. Gets up there in some brand new all white Chucks, right? Like this is what he's doing the draft workout in Chucks. I'm not you. Listen to me. He gets in there in Chucks. And he starts running, right? He starts running the treadmill. And I'm like, look at this idiot. And then he hops off like a minute into what's supposed to be like a 15 or 20-minute run.
21 minutes.
21 minutes. He hops off 3 minutes into it and be like, nah, this is messing up my Chucks. I can't do this. And they're like, you have to finish the test. He's like, nah, I'm good. This is scuffing up my Chucks.
Can't do that.
This what I'm standing right next to him like,
Baby,
oh.
I was a legend. I was a legend, baby.
He's doing this at the
Hang on.
draft workout.
Draft workout. And then you played how many years in the league?
2. I was a stud, though. Like you,
3.
You didn't play your first 2
They
years.
had to go.
No, he did.
They had to
No, in
guard
Golden
me.
State?
No, he did.
Like all that I wasn't worrying about being in shape. That's what I do. Run.
Well, this is how he.
So I didn't take none of that seriously. Like, let's just get to these workouts so we can do all this basketball stuff. Like all that stuff didn't mean anything to me.
This
so
is
I just took it as a joke.
really the problem with Gil and why he is as messed up as an individual as you'll ever find. So he gets drafted in the second round, right? And he drops to the same drafts as like Troy Murphy and Jason Richardson, who was a top 5 pick. He's the best player on their team. But the problem is he only signed a 2-year contract because he fell to the second round. So meanwhile, he's balling out. And the team's like, we can't afford to keep this guy. So they tried to create a Gilbert Arenas rule that if you draft a kid in the second round, that you can like keep him for less under the cap or whatever.
There's a rule named after you?
No, it was either they had it or they were trying to get it.
No, got it. No, it's
got it.
there. It's there.
So meanwhile, this dude signs a $66 million contract at 20 years old.
That was the
And so,
best
like-
thing that happened to
So
me.
No wonder why you
That
drafted him.
second round was the best thing that
yeah.
happened
So
to me.
so in like my third year, I'm averaging like we went to the finals twice. I'm averaging 18 a game. Like we win the division. I'm balling out, right? And I was a first round pick. I'm in my third year, and Gilbert's like, "Yo, Rich, how's it going over there? You playing well? What you making? 1.8? I'm making 11 million this year." This is what he's saying to me during warm-ups. Like, Richard, you're playing great. That 1.3 million is gonna be awesome. Yeah, I was in the second round, Rich. I'm making 11 million for the next 6 years. Have fun with it. Wait. Oh, you got another contract next year too? Oh man, that sucks, man. That's what he's saying to me in the middle of the game. And I'm just like,
when I was signing that, I was just giggling like, oh, the whole first round.
the whole first round. He murdered the whole first round. So that's also why he was able to come up and get the next contract
Faster than everybody else.
faster, a lot, like 2 years, 3 years faster than everybody else. So he was 2 or 3 years younger than everybody
You're
else.
just smart.
No, this
Luck.
was no.
was
Ali,
luck.
that's the problem. People like you that condone his idiotic behavior.
It's smart.
Jumping off the treadmill and saying it's scuffing up your chucks is not smart.
Okay, that wasn't smart.
Okay, telling the world that you want to be an international pimp.
Okay, that wasn't smart. But look, when you add all that dumbness in, second round, faster contract, 111, smart. It's like Kanye West. Somehow it just gets the genius. Just somehow it just gets there.
Yo, you have no idea. And the
he was
funniest
in
thing is he was
Chuck.
like, "Richard, man, congratulations on that first round. We got 2 more years? Yeah, I'm making 11.2 this year, man. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Good job, though, man."
Good job. The finals, 2 years, good job.
Finals, man. Good job. I was like, what the wrong with you?
Yo.
Yeah, and
That's
Chuck.
dope, though.
No, that's not dope.
Okay, so then
dope.
let's get back to
dope.
the fact that your nickname is in the Bible.
His nick,
Yeah.
where's your
How you
nickname
got
in the Bible?
Me and God tight like that. We're gonna talk about that later. Me and God don't really like discuss
I've
our
asked
business.
this whole time. I don't know what the P stands for.
We don't like to
Yeah.
discuss
Yeah,
our
what does it
business.
stand for? Swaggy P.
It's biblical. It's biblical. It's like a prophet. I'm like a prophet. But
You're a swaggy prophet.
I don't want to give y'all that. I got a book coming out that y'all can see all that
You can
later.
promote the book right here, right now.
Book coming out. Mystery of the P is coming out.
Mystery of
the P.
That sounds like a burning topic. It does.
Because this is the Lakers channel, should we look at some highlights?
Yes, I would love to look at some
Gil
highlights.
and kind of Nick, because didn't you
Highlights
have,
from, some highlights from,
games.
did you have a
what team?
pretty good game against Kobe where you dropped like 60?
Look at this.
That was his last
wait,
game.
That was his last game.
That was his last
game?
year. After LeBron did this
What was
to
that
him.
last year?
Wait. Isn't
Show
this
LeBron
where
thing.
you didn't make the USA team thing? And then
That
you started deciding to
was-
barbecue them.
Man, I'm telling you, it
That
was
was this
after
year.
LeBron.
Yeah, that was this
So
year.
you
This
had
is
two-
before.
You
LeBron
had
was the
two
year
good.
before.
You
I
had
keep
2
saying
good
that.
knees here.
Is
before
this is
LeBron
where you're
time.
It was
wearing
the year
those Prada
before.
shoes.
This is the year after.
It's the year he missed 2 free throws. LeBron
that
said
was
you
the year
gonna go
before.
home.
That was the year
was the year
before.
before.
Look at. Oh, you taking a bow? You taking a bow? Wait, did we have a game winner?
The game winner against Utah?
Yeah.
Or in Utah?
Where was
No,
it?
what's so funny is
Right,
that,
yeah, we got
that-
the game
like,
winner
The
in
Lakers,
Utah.
like before the 60,
Right here?
that was the team I averaged the most
What-
points on.
This one right here?
This right here. Let me see.
This is how the big three gonna look.
Watch this. Watch this.
Like,
Oh, let's
But watch this. This is my favorite. Dog, this is one of the most iconic shots in NBA history.
can we take it
I
one
already
step
know where
further?
this is going.
Can we
I already know where this is going. I already knew where this was going.
You know what's crazy? How many people in that video are still in the NBA right now?
None. No, but it was crazy is that
Which
your
video?
shot was all the way down.
This video.
But it didn't count.
Kinda
No
like
different
on
than
the
your
York
pops.
rim.
No different than the shot you shot in your house.
you know
Yeah.
It
what?
was all the way down.
The takes
You
room.
want to beat me so bad.
Why would I want to be
like,
you?
who
I
does
look
that?
better than you.
Like, who does
Like I
that?
said,
Like you, like that's.
I don't want to sit in
So
traffic.
Allie doesn't know much about much. Like I asked her about Indiana Jones today, she didn't know that. And I was trying to explain your game, right? No, we don't care about you. We're trying to explain your game because
My
she's
game?
seen your
All
game.
left.
She's seen your
I'm
game.
more interested in
This
your
is what I
swag.
said. This is
I'm
what I
not
said.
kidding.
He was a combination, and this is before one of it. Look, I'm actually gonna give you a compliment, so calm down. Before his knees went sideways, he was literally a combination
And
of like
LeBron, and
no, no,
LeBron,
No, no, no. I was
and
gonna say-
LeBron.
Okay, LeBron.
Okay.
I was gonna say he was a combination if you combine like Dame Lillard and John Wall. right? If you combine like that speed, getting downhill and getting to the free throw line with that type of shooting ability and clutch ability in the fourth.
Really?
But because of the speed.
I'm more
because of
talking
the
about like a
speed.
combination, not the big and all,
speed,
but just like the speed and getting to the free throw line and putting pressure, but then could shoot clutch stuff like Dame Lillard from deep and outside.
Up next on Road Trippin'.
Makes a loud ruckus all the way to the top and says, y'all need to drop this. Turns off all the lights in this huge auditorium. Shoot, 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 shoot. Like literally, he was like, I could have imagined he had a beer.
So you never seen Iris.
I don't remember Steve Francis after Houston.
What?
You know,
Steve Francis.
It
I'm about to say.
took a turn.
It took a
He was
turn
in
for the
New
worse.
York?
It took a turn.
He was in New York?
He was in New York for a hot minute.
Yeah.
It was once him and
Jalen Rose
Cat,
was
once
there?
him and Cat broke up, it was
Yeah,
just
but
not.
this
it
was their
not the
team.
same.
They had Marbury, Marbury and Francis, and then on
Jamal
the back
Crawford.
end, Jalen Rose
So
and Jamal
Marbury
Crawford.
and Francis was like talking about going crazy.
And Jamal Crawford. They had Jamal Crawford and Jalen Rose.
Yeah, we beat him in the
Richardson.
They had
playoffs.
a nice four
I
guards.
like Jamal.
Yeah.
Gil, did you have friends in the league?
What?
Like, did people like you? Like,
Everyone loved me.
they did.
I was the nicest.
Man.
People were scared of you.
No.
The
I
limitations
was a
is not
nice
over.
dude.
Yeah.
Like I made the All-Star game. I'll send baskets to the opposing team. No, serious. I did to all the coaches on
Like
the East Coast.
gift baskets?
Yeah, gift
Yeah.
baskets. So
Like,
it was
thank you.
nice.
Yeah.
I worked hard. I didn't bother nobody
You didn't.
until they.
Didn't make you put you on that team,
Until
and
they-
then the Agent Zero hibachi started.
Where did hibachi come from?
Stole it.
I stole it from Brendan Haywood. We was getting cooked by Marbury and Jamal Crawford, and then he was like, "Man, they cooking shrimp and chicken out there tonight, man. They got
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah, they got the hibachi grill going, and then boom, that's me." Yep.
If you listen, if you don't know how good Gilbert is, you just gotta ask him. He'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm learning.
He'll tell you.
I like it.
He'll
Gotta
tell
be.
you.
You gotta be you.
You gotta be you.
Yeah.
Can't-
The fact that me, you, and Luke were on the same team, and then Michael Wright, who, God rest his soul, was, a very interesting individual, and then Lauren, who was certifiably crazy. Lauren. I love Lauren to death, but he would snap.
He was twisted.
He would snap on you in a heartbeat. Lauren is the only
I
guy
was
I've
there
ever
when
seen.
y'all had to kick him out of practice.
He's
'cause
the
he
only
wanted to
guy
fight
that
the
I
referee.
love my guy Lauren. He's
In,
the greatest
in
dude.
the red and blue game.
Yeah.
Yes, he tried to fight people in the red and blue game. He tried to
So it's an inter squad scrimmage, and so they have all these things. And Lauren Woods is like, you would think this is the Final Four. He is like, you.
Like him and. He was Rasheed Wallace. He
was
him
like-
and refs didn't just get.
He would just black out. He would just black out at any point in time. But if you got him not in those moments, nicest dude
The
in the world.
nicest dude
So
ever.
he gets suspended, right? So JB Bickerstaff, they were in Minnesota, and he got suspended for playing, I think it was for Toronto. I'm gonna butcher the story. But he goes to JB's and he was just like hanging out at Bickerstaff's house. They like go out, grab drinks, he pass out. JB's watching like Sports Center in the morning with Lauren on his couch. He's like, yes, Lauren Woods has been suspended. And he goes, what happened? He's like, man, well, my coach was talking. And he's like, oh, you got a problem, Lauren? You got a problem, Lauren? Well, let's go back in that room and see who comes out. And Lauren's like, oh, great. We go back there, I whoop yo, and then I get suspended. This is what he's saying to his coach, right? Like we had when I'm one of the more normal people on the team, like that's when you
So
know
how
there's an
was
issue.
like y'all parties though? Like they Gil parties?
Oh,
No.
no.
I was about to say,
They
you don't
didn't
see like
invite.
Gil
They didn't
parties.
invite me to parties.
I really thought-
Like who
What
wanna
do you
hang out
mean?
with Gil? Yeah, I'm about to say. Did
No,
y'all
this is
hang
the
out with
thing.
Gil?
We messed
got
with Gil.
cool.
I went to
After
one
he got
party
cool.
with
Jay
Gil,
Gardner,
and he
Jay
threw
Gardner
rocks
and
at
him,
police.
Jason Gardner and him. What do you say?
I went to one party as a 17-year-old guy. So they're like, hey, Channing, go with Gil. So there's a tennis court, and there's like 100 people, right? So the police are like, everyone has to evacuate. So Gil's on the other side, river rocks. Woof. And right, he's like, get the out of here, pigs, right?
This is natural
So listen.
behavior I seen on TV.
So look,
You saw
it's
it?
on the corner on TV. What movie? Look, hey, Swag.
South
look,
Central, something one
I'm
of
right
those.
here. He's throwing them this way. So the police are now flashing me, and I'm like this. Like 17.
Come on, Gilbert. They got us, Gilbert.
Yeah. So literally, I
Gilbert.
swear on everything, the police go, it's Gilbert. Gilbert goes, What's up, Joe? What's up, man? And starts dapping them all up. First day of college, Gil goes, I'm rolling with you. I'm like, Gil, please no. Please no. First time you gotta sit, freshman, I gotta sit 5 rows up in a big auditorium. There's like 200 people in here. We sit down there, he sits next to me. And I'm like, man. So I'm trying to listen. He goes, Channing, this is boring. Let's go. And he's yelling at the teacher, say, excuse me. He goes, Channing, come on, man. This is let's go. So I'm like, nah, I gotta stay, Gil. I gotta stay. And she goes, excuse me, sir, do you have a problem? He goes, yeah, I got a problem. I'm out this. Let's go. He stands up, goes, walks, stomps, stomp, 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 stomp. Makes a loud ruckus all the way to the top and says, y'all need to drop this. Turns off all the lights in this huge auditorium. Shoot. Like, not regular lights where they just flick on, so you know joints that gotta warm back up.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I didn't get my driver's license until I was 20.
What kind of car they gave you?
Who gave no one?
Listen,
I worked at Jordan camp. I worked at Nike camp. I worked at Nike camp.
$500.
Yeah, that's $500.
You can't buy a car for $500.
No, but you can make a great payment. Then you take the Pell Grant. Then you take your Pell Grant, right? Then you work Jordan. You get the. Oh, you really did have money.
Let me just be honest with you.
Okay,
I'm just gonna be honest with you. He was the 4th option
every time.
Okay.
But he was the highest. Got 5. Everybody knew Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, but he was at the school. He was the 4th option.
I was the 4th option.
He was the 4th option.
I was there chilling.
It was an out-of-bounds lob play.
I was the number 1 option.
They were trying hard. I was letting them fight it out. Like, hey, like when we would play against Casey Jacobson, we would just give Gilbert the ball the entire time. Like, take the ball every time. Whenever we played against somebody that played in our position, like when Lauren Woods played against Chris Mim, we would give the ball to Lauren 30 times. Like, you gonna outplay him. When we played against Casey Jacobson, we was like, Gilbert, here, our Eddie House. We would just give the ball to Gilbert. Like, Gilbert.
Oh, Eddie House was cold.
Yeah, he had 61 right before we played him. Gilbert shut him down.
Was a bucket.
Yeah, but that was after us. That was after us.
We shut that down.
Okay, guys, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, he was right after me.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt you, but we do have to wrap.
I'm about to say, God damn, I need to go.
Hang on.
Is that the real time?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, we got 1 second though, because
life like us.
as this is airing, Channing will have played his second to last game in the NBA,
right, good for you,
and so we did here on the Lakers channel. Of course, we wanted to show you your best Laker highlights.
Oh, they got our tribute video for Channing.
Yeah, we got your little tribute video.
What is this?
For you?
It's all threes and maybe a floater.
We need you to.
Listen, 3s and 2s.
We get to see the debut of Channing Frye in Laker uniforms. Here's Frye rattling it in. The veteran Channing Frye. Hart kicks it. Frye in rhythm, on its way. Perfect.
Channing Frye seems like he's back in rhythm.
Frye, little off balance, but a shooter can still get it done. Frye got it again. Well, Channing is obviously feeling it tonight. Look to the roll man. Frye finally finds him, and he missed the dunk.
His first miss of the night, and he's laughing at himself. The whole team is going to let him know about this miss. Channing, you're not a dunker.
Looky dookie. The big looks.
What made you be a stretch? Coming out of high school.
No. When I was in college, I was a true center. And then what happened was
They realized you couldn't jump or block a shot.
Shaq and Yao Ming and all these big dudes, and I said, this ain't for me, dude. This ain't for me. And then Phoenix said, Channing, take 2 steps back and shoot 1,000 of those. And then we had Amari. So he's like, Amari's down there, you're out there. And they were like, shoot until I take you out.
$60 million later.
That's what changed the power forward position too, because when Kevin Garnett came in, he didn't want to go against Shaq either.
No.
So he went to the 4 position. Now you got all these long 4s that should have been centers, and then nobody wanted the snubbies anymore.
No, but that was it. That's what happened with LaMarcus Aldridge. He was all of these guys have skills that allow them to do that. But like Tim Duncan was the same way. Tim Duncan wanted to play the 4, and then they always had a 5 next to him that would take the beating.
But that's what hurt. That's what hurt Mike Wright.
Yeah,
because he was a 6'7" power forward.
Traditional 4 that wasn't like skilled. Like he was skilled.
And then he went to the wrong team.
The Knicks, yeah.
And that whole team was just undersized.
You know what it was? Like him going to the Knicks was like you getting him as your vet. Like it just set you up for failure.
All right, well, Nick, you got to get on your way.
Yeah, I don't want to be here.
Swaggy P's got a book coming out. He's going to play with
What's
Gil
it called?
On Big 3.
I'll let y'all know, man.
Gil, good luck with the big three.
Oh, thank you. All right, man, look. You got some place to go, man. You and the mysterious P.